Hundreds of billions to bail out banks and rescue the economy, but what is it buying? Turns out not even accountability. The banks aren't saying what they've done with the dough. Some are still paying big bonuses and handing out perks. Don't they get it? Tonight, we're keeping them honest. Also ahead in this hour, free advice from Vice President Cheney warning Joe Biden in so many words not to be a little girly vice president. See what Biden thinks about that and what Americans think of Cheney. New polling tonight on the job they think he's done. And later, the one good thing to come out of the Michael Vick dog fighting scandal. 47 dogs finally living a dog's life. We'll show you the happy lives they are living today. We begin, though, with, quite frankly, an outrage. $350 billion, give or take, and barely a clue to what it's all buying. It's your money we're talking about. More money in today's dollars than the Marshall Plan, more than the Apollo Moon program, nearly as much as it cost to build the entire interstate highway system. $350 billion with another $350 billion ready to go, and as you're about to see, no accountability. Joe Johns tonight, keeping them honest.
2008 may be coming to a close, but the financial disaster it brought may be far from over, and we may never know what some of the nation's biggest banks have done with tens of billions of dollars of your money. The bailout money was supposed to be used to jumpstart the economy by re-energizing lending, but some of the banks can't tell you what they did with it. Some of them won't tell you, and some of them even admit they're still working on what to do with it. People on Capitol Hill aren't happy.
When I think about banks and the way that if you bounce a check, they're going to charge you $35 or $50 for a bounced check, and they're going to demand strict accountability. But when they get billions, they don't want to be accountable. There's something wrong with that picture.
21 banks that each got $1 billion or more from the federal government's Troubled Asset Relief Program simply didn't have specifics when the Associated Press asked them, "What are you doing with the money?" J.P. Morgan Chase, we've lent some of it, we've not lent some of it. We're not giving any accounting of, here's how we're doing it. SunTrust, we're not providing dollar in, dollar out tracking. Bank of New York Mellon, we're choosing not to disclose that.
There is nothing that upsets me more than a bank that comes to the Congress begging for money. Once they get the money, turn around and say, nah, see you later. I'm not going to tell you anything.
Okay, so why is it that the recipients of billions of federal dollars won't just throw open their books? There's simply no way to tell. But a report earlier this month from the Government Accountability Office says the banks weren't told at the outset that they had a duty to disclose. But the report said without effective oversight, Treasury cannot ensure that those receiving funds are complying with the requirements of the program. The Treasury has said it had to get the money out quickly to the banks because it was an emergency. Elizabeth Warren, who heads the congressional panel monitoring TARP, has 10 big questions about the way the program is being run. She says she doesn't buy a winter coat without a plan.
Thank you. I mean, at some point, Joe, aren't these folks going to have to explain to taxpayer where all the money has gone?
You would think so, Anderson. Elijah Cummings predicts that pretty soon Congress is going to have to figure out where it went because there's another $350 billion in the pipeline. And he says that before people in Capitol Hill allow that money, back into the bank's vaults, they will want an accounting so they don't make the same mistake twice.
Unbelievable. Joe, thanks. So much money, so little accountability. That is the bottom line. And so is this. Before they came to you and me for a bailout, and a lot of big executives cashed in and are still getting paid a lot of money even right now. It's as if they don't get it. Here's Tom Foreman.
The markets continue to shake. Holiday shopping is down. Unemployment is up. But not necessarily everyone is worried about personal finances. A new analysis of more than 100 of those financial institutions being bailed out with your tax dollars shows they were throwing buckets of money at their top executives just last year before the industry tanked. The Associated Press says the big bosses in those firms raked in a staggering $1.6 billion in salaries, benefits, and bonuses in 2007. For example, the AP says the top man at Goldman Sachs pocketed $54 million. Add in the pay for his top 4 lieutenants, and it's nearly $250 million. At Capital One, the AP found the chairman pulled in $17 million. And the big man at Merrill Lynch, $83 million in earnings last year. To be sure, some executives at bailout companies say they are foregoing their salaries and will give up bonuses this year, too, unless their companies bounce back. And they are trimming down on perks like country club memberships and private chauffeurs. But
they are not suffering. I mean, the base salary of the top officials at some of these banks is about $600,000 a year, which is more than most people see in 5 or 10 years.
And remember those corporate jets the auto bosses brought to D.C.? Although many firms say they are also cutting back on those, the execs are hardly grounded. For instance, a spokesman at AIG confirms even after the current cuts, that company will still have 5 planes and a helicopter.
You know, you really wonder whether they shouldn't have to give some of last year's bonuses back.
There was so much talk during congressional hearings about this bailout, about cutting back on executive pay. Where's all that gone?
Well, you know what it seems to be, Anderson, is from the beginning there was a pushback from some people in these debates, Treasury Department among them, saying if you take too many of the perks away, if you hit these execs too hard, they either won't participate or they'll walk away, and then where will we be?
Where are they going to go, though? There are not any other companies around.
Exactly. It's a good point. And the point is they have the expertise. Well, if their expertise was so great when they were making all this money last year, why didn't they head off the problem?
It's unbelievable, Tom. Thanks. Let us know what you think of the bailout so far. Join the live chat happening now at ac360.com. I'm online as well. Check out Erica Hill's live webcast also during the break. Up next, Joe Johnson.